Hi. Welcome to the story of my stories. This channel, I'm not entirely sure what it is. I have come to the conclusion that the most important skill a human can have in the modern era may very well be storytelling. My definition of story here is quite broad. It's not limited to screenplay or fiction or fables. It may go as far as philosophy, learning to tell logically cohesive theories or stories of the world and how it works. I have very little knowledge of history, but to my understanding, philosophy is part of the reason that the French Revolution occurred. Thomas King, very different writer, in his book, The Inconvenient Indian, said that history is the stories we tell about the past. I have an overwhelming sense that narrative is the greatest tool by which we may connect the world or destroy it, or at least our existence on it. Ideas are ultimately one of the largest controls of society and how it operates, and one of the strongest mechanisms to share and move ideas is by compelling stories. Because beyond sharing ideas, they share emotions, which reaches a much deeper level of connection than can be achieved simply by fact sheets. I'm studying to become a social worker at the moment. Having watched Alakinesia, Dr. K, or his channel Healthy Gamer, I suggest you take a look into it. He ultimately is someone that shares stories, and people are connecting with it. Now, the stories he shares are in some way more so other people sharing their stories with him. He simply explores, he acts as a guide. But it has had a profound effect on many people. And he introduced a scalability problem in a discussion. It's interesting to me. I think as individuals, within an affordable range of resources, the two most powerful tools we have, from a small scale to actually have the potential to shift masses of people and really change the way things are, is by the use of programming, because it's easily scalable. I don't know if it's true that that's easy. Because it's scalable, and because you can create programs with finite resources, and storytelling. I do not yet know how to program, and it will likely be a long time until I do, if I ever do. I would like to. I've done some courses. It's not particularly relevant now. I don't know how to do multiple takes, so there will be a rant here. I do not know how to do video editing. I do not know what I'm doing here. I do have some idea of how to speak in a moving manner. I don't believe I'm doing that right now. Um, I did the Dale Carnegie course and got a highest achievement award when I did that. And now we have a communications class for social work that I've been doing, interdisciplinary actually, but I did quite well on my speech. For some reason, people find me charming. I suspect it's joy. I suspect that it is, I humor myself, create joy within myself, and people are attracted to that. But I really just want to do whatever is congruent to how I'm feeling, in life in general, but especially here. I cannot control if any of this will ever be seen, so it is for me to develop this skill set. I may never be the storyteller that uses this. I do hope that someday someone might get to use the skills I build. But it's guaranteed no one will get to if I do not build those skills. So it is a pleasure to meet you. Welcome to my channel. This is an archive of me learning to tell stories. Please know, it's going to be a bit hacky too. It'll be like the History Channel, in where they expanded their repertoire vastly by going from saying, you know, exploring history to making history. As soon as they were making it, that meant they could have things in the present, and then you have shows like Ice Road Truckers. So similarly, part of storytelling is just telling people about things. So part of this will just be a vlog, essentially, right? It'll be exploring things like Aristotle. Basic works of Aristotle is something that I'd like to get into. I think it's very important that I study ethics and political philosophy at some point, and the Nicomachean Ethics are part of that, as is the politics. I am only in book 3, and unfortunately I've had to pause my reading, so it'll be some time before I get to truly explore and discuss the ideas contained within this. I will explore different manners of storytelling, right? Craig Ferguson has monologues. He referred to one of his books as Monologisms as the original title before renaming it to Riding the Elephant. I think I'd really like to explore that manner of storytelling, as I find it quite funny. Dave Chappelle as well, I think, is one of the most powerful storytellers on the planet right now. And I don't know what the hell he does, but he does it well. So I'll explore that. And I'll explore more framework-focused ideas, such as Story by Robert McKee. This is meant for screenwriting. And I will tell you stories of things that I find interesting to me, and I will tell you stories of my own life. And I will make the excuse that it is my story so that I may share myself with you. And you may develop a strong parasocial relationship. I feel a tremendous amount of, I don't know what I feel. I wanted to say sadness, but that felt incorrect as soon as I went to say it. There's something in my chest right now that is quite powerful. Maybe it's the sign of an adventure that's about to unfold. I don't know. But thank you for joining me. However however you found your way